Let's start, though, Frank, with Donald Trump's worldwide financial, I don't know what it is. Apparently, no one really knows what it is, but they had a 2-hour Twitter Spaces. Did you catch any of that pitch?
I didn't catch much of that because I was on my way here to Token 2049, but I did some reading, and it looks like what they've got is some type of flash loan protocol similar to Aave, where you're looking to settle transactions inside the space of a block. And their project says that they will drive adoption of stable tokens. So I'm going to guess it's some kind of settlement, maybe across exchanges, across different kind of asset classes using crypto, and possibly maybe something to do with real world tokenization. But it looks like the concept is to take flash loans and apply it towards stable token currencies to settle.
Is it the talk of the conference? As you say, you're at Token 2049 in Singapore, gorgeous background there. Are people talking about that, or is this just a distraction? Is this just noise in a world where, serious people like yourself want to get things done?
Well, anytime a former president gets involved in, cryptocurrency or blockchain, it's going to have some talk. But mainly the talk here from the other execs that I've spoken to is a dawn of a new era. We're moving past the meme tokens. Everybody appreciates the timing of the Trump statement or announcement because they see that it's time to move with the industry as it progresses past its adolescent phase, past the meme tokens, past trendy type of investments, and towards more financial infrastructure and things that actually innovate in the financial space. There's a lot of talk about financial innovation and real world assets here at the conference.
It's interesting to me that the former president is so in now on crypto. Previously, he said it was a scam. At least that was his comment about Bitcoin. But I've always thought of crypto as an alternative to fiat currency, right? The idea is this sort of libertarian ideal that I can get away from the U.S. dollar. Is that how you think other people at the conference see it as well?
Yes, there's quite a bit of that. And the promise of crypto is that you're not tied to government permission to transact inside of economic systems. And I think what you're seeing with Trump is probably a response to him being targeted and realizing that if somebody could just turn off the tap, both socially and economically for him, it takes his power away. And so it's one of those things where, if it can happen to him, it can happen to anybody. And I think he sees the application of it being used to resist censorship and sort of government control to live according to its economic, purview. So you don't have to just give in to whatever the government says in order to transact it. It preserves free speech and lets people, like you said, have an alternative to a unified financial system controlled by just a very few people. So hopefully we're moving into that era and getting past some of the some of the distractions that we've had in cryptocurrency so far.
I thought, I lived for a couple of weeks on Bitcoin. More than 10 years ago, I bought groceries with it, gas, beer. It was pretty cool. But now it's not something I would ever want to spend, right? If I have any Bitcoin, I'm not letting go of it when it appreciates at this pace. Does that change? Does Metafide somehow help make crypto transactional? What are you doing at Metafide?
At Metafide, what we do is we take humans that are involved in financial systems and have an opinion about financial systems and allow them to input what they think is going to happen into financial models. So we basically bridge human sentiment and human opinion into models that are trading on, that are producing asset prices and predictions. So it basically takes hard AI and hard tech and allows the opinion and a non-rational piece of humans to be incorporated into those models. We don't necessarily trade Bitcoin for ourselves, but we do transact on hedge fund clients. And you're right. Bitcoin's not something that you want to just go ahead and spend because it's not a stable token. It's not tied to fiat currency in the existing systems. And when it's doing what it's supposed to do, the price just continues to go up. So it's a fixed supply currency in a sort of a world that is inflating its money supply. So when it's behaving like it should, the price of Bitcoin should go up relative to the price of the dollar.